Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy Frank Lee, aka I drove. He drove from Maryland, yo. This is a nice little trip down here.
And it's raining.
And it's raining on a Thursday in DC traffic. Period. That's all you need to say right there. So big up to you, man. Appreciate you coming out. Good seeing you and all. So I'll start out with this. So we started out on social media. We met each other on social media, Instagram. We got a playlist. We kind of got some stuff on the playlist. And I've been watching you ever since, we're following and talking, I guess through the pandemic, right?
I was actually peeping, I want to say May. So yeah, it was actually pretty much during the pandemic.
Yeah. And so, and that was my time of just exploring and finding new artists. Like people that I don't know that's not in my circle, you know what I'm saying? I know a lot of artists, but I set out to be sure that I was going to find new artists, especially in the DMV. Sure. And there's a lot of people, I feel like, I meet artists all the time, and to me, I'm like, some of these dudes are way better than people on, on the radio or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm seeing this creative side. I'm seeing show presence, crazy. I mean, I've literally seen so much. I think over 1,000 videos or more.
I vividly remember you actually messaging me and telling me you were like, I listened. I don't remember the number you said you listened to in a day because you like I listened to a lot of people with
like 10 music. Man. People at that time, people send me music. Someone sent me music today. I was getting like 5 to 15 songs sometimes dumped to me. I'm like, yo, what in the world? And so you hear like so much music, and then like I'm a very nice guy, so you never hear me like, oh, your music sucks. I think you need to work on this. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because people, and that's another thing I found out. So I might not feel your music, and what I found out is that there's a whole group of people who like that. You know what I'm saying?
There's avenues for pretty much everything.
And I found those. I found like SoundCloud rappers who got like a crazy buzz, and I'm listening to it. I'm like, this wasn't mix and master at all. Right. But 500,000 streams.
Right.
And then you find out this artist actually does have a following. And they really are, So it's been a journey. I think COVID, for some people has been a curse, but to me, I feel like it's been a blessing.
I relate.
Yeah. So, but let's talk about you, man. I'm one artist that I came across was you.
Right. Well, like I said, I'm simple. I was born in Norfolk, Virginia. Pretty much raised in Prince George's County. And I live in Montgomery County now. Like I said, I had pretty much had to figure this out myself, like how to write records, learn how to be on beat and just everything. But I feel like because I listened to a lot of R&B as a kid growing up, that kind of taught me structure. And I also went to the art institute of Washington when I graduated. Whereas like I was kicking around the audio engineer kids and everything, so I kind of seen how the studio worked and just everything. So I'm just, once it's something I'm like really set on doing, I'm gonna make sure I figure it out some type of way.
Right.
And even when I go back and listen to older records now, like when I first started, I hear the growth of myself. And I don't know, because like the way I create, it's just based off me and my feeling. It's like real, genuine music. It's not just saying a bunch of anything. You feel me? It's just igniting crazy. You know what I mean? I just genuinely want to speak to whomever may feel like me. Because I know, like you just said, it's avenues for everything. So I know I fit in some form of a pocket, but I make sure I try to be diverse enough, whereas it'll work, something will work.
You definitely have diversity, because if you listen to your music, you do have to switch up in some of the things you do.
I ain't trying to do it, but I think it's due to that balance of rap and R&B. I think that might be it.
And so R&B, so when we talk about R&B, you talking about like, so real R&B.
90s.
Yeah, so R&B. So who do you come up listen
to? I heard. Well, realistically, it was the boy band era where I connected to, but I did hear like things that my parents listened to. Even like the old school, like Temptations and Commodores. Right. So like, I just heard a concoction of all sonics and melodies and sounds, so it all intrigues me. Period.
Do you play any instruments?
I do. I would love to learn something.
I want to learn how to play the piano so bad. I tried.
Yeah.
I think
It lasted for about a month.
I think back in school, like, you know how they used to
Oh
have the classes.
yeah, I took violin.
I didn't have patience though, so I would quit and not even do it.
I'm trying to be Beethoven tonight.
No, for real. You know what? And I did play the saxophone. I forgot about that in 3rd grade.
I played the trombone. And I picked it up not long ago. I still know how to play it. I'm not good, don't ask me. But I can play it.
What's that one that they always play on like the Star Film Banner or something? Oh, Bands Come Work Again. Can you play that?
If I listen to by ear, I could.
That's good.
Yeah. But don't ask me. No one asked me. I'm not playing for you, okay? But it's like, I think, I love instrument. I love music too, like you said. It's really cool. I think back to the boy bands like the, Boys to Men and that's not here these days. It's very rare. New Edition. Who else? Drew Hill. 112. Jagged Edge.
Oh yeah, they're all gone.
But it's like I don't know. I like a lot of the eras. Not even just that 90s, early 2000 pop. Just even the older, like I listen to some David Ruffin records. Michael Jackson. It's a charade. It's just a whole pool.
I thought about this question earlier. I ain't gonna get you off on this, but why come we don't ever talk about Stevie Wonder?
I'm not as educated, but there are records I've heard.
Yo, Stevie Wonder was a monster.
True.
Yeah, a lot.
And he could play. He could play a lot of I don't think anybody really. I would like if someone said they want to go against him on versus. That'd be very interesting.
Who would you put against? I don't know personally. I wouldn't.
Stevie Wonder. I guess we could do.
Did Smokey Robinson already win already?
Smokey Robinson? No, he didn't go. It was Teddy Riley and Babyface.
There you go. So Smokey Robinson.
True.
He's still alive, right?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. I'm just making sure.
So how long in general, I guess, in your whole capacity, how long have you been doing music?
Will we say
like
practice, or will we say when I start taking it serious? 2012. When I got just randomly, I ain't gonna say randomly because I reached out to a blogger, but back when blogs mattered, I ain't gonna say when they mattered, but when they were super streamer, like something new to us, and it was something we always used to go, like the Two Dope Boys, the Nine Rights, and, you know what I mean? So one of the bloggers on Two Dope Boys, I ain't gonna say reached out, but he hollered back at me when I just submitted a video and stuff. And I made it on there. Like, ooh, I guess I could do this. So let me keep on just working on my craft. Like, I still had more to learn and more things to figure out within me to do, but that's when I was like, okay, I can do this. And then, of course, I met people and just different situations didn't work out. But so it's all been like a journey, just learning things. And having to learn that there's a business side to things, and it not just being just music and just your talent. Like, so, yeah, it's been 2012. 2012.
Cool. And then
like late 2011, 12.
Yeah. And did you start out like predominantly just doing the R&B thing, or was it like
basically what I'm doing? Same thing. It was more so me just having to find my sound, really get comfortable with what I want to do. That's just really how I look at it now.
What are the artists that you really feel like that really help you as an artist? Like, who do you look up to?
Like, who would I listen to? And like really, Currency, Kanye West, Big Sean, Drake at a time, Kendrick, J. Cole.
So you like the lyrical people?
Just somebody that's gonna talk to my brain because I listen to lyrics too much.
Yeah.
Like I can't listen to crazy stuff because I'm listening. It's like,
that's that R&B in you.
Yeah. Like I'm literally listening to everything that said. So it's like some songs don't even make it sense. Bro, what you talking about?
I was telling Frank earlier because you listen to the music. Yeah, I listen to it, and I was like, it gives me like a stoner. I think your very last project.
I like your cut.
I was like, it gives me like a stoner vibe. Like I could, light one up and listen to it.
That's not intentional, but
yeah. But as soon as you said Currency, I was like, oh yeah, see, I told you, yeah. So that's good.
Word.
Dope. Okay. All right. So right now, in the climate of today, past the artistry. We have a lot of things going on in the world. Voting's coming up very soon.
Right.
and I'm not gonna ask who you're gonna vote for.
Okay.
I can tell you who I'm not gonna vote for. That's on you though. But what's your take on everything right now?
Honestly, I this is the first time in my life I feel like this is actually kind of important because by 2024, I don't know. This is wild. Like I will say, this is the wildest I've ever seen. Like look, just from looking at phones and just news and just looking at wildfire here. This is chaos. So I mean, I would say yes. I'm considering even today, like when they show on the social media, on Instagram and Twitter, like register for your ballot.
Yeah,
like,
they're pushing that. Yeah, they're pushing that really.
I've never seen it like this before, so I'm like, I'm considering it. I even tell my friends, some that aren't gonna vote, I'm like, I'm thinking about it. So honestly, I think I will.
I think you have to.
I feel it. I'm just going from a last year standpoint when I did.
Yeah,
I didn't get Trump and Hillary thing.
Because it's like these are both idiots right here. Mm-hmm. And that's how I felt. Mm-hmm. Did I go in there and vote? I was like, Trump cannot be in his place. True. So I voted for Hillary.
Respect.
I wish there was someone else. Mm-hmm. And even this year, like, I'm not feeling either one of them.
I wish Bernie kind of gave up so soon.
He always does that though.
Yeah, I really would have voted for him.
I just think everybody give up, period, anyway. Like,
yeah.
He's an old dude. He doesn't look like he's healthy.
Yeah.
Much love to him. I mean, he was president. He probably got, the president.
He would have got the works.
You know what I'm saying? He'd come out, jogging out to the White House. Mm-hmm. But, man, the state of the culture right now, like, what do you think about the state of the culture, too? I mean, right now in the United States, we're going through stuff like that. I think the culture is going through a shift and a change as well.
Right, I agree.
What do you think about this? What's going on, like, in the culture?
I have friends that ask me this every day, and it's like, I don't know how to answer it. I just pray it's for the best. That's what I say. But when you say culture, can you help me put it more in context? To help
I mean, so when we talk about the culture, I feel, I'll give you my example of what I feel like the culture. A lot of times in the hip hop culture or the black culture, the narrative is written for us. People like to say that we are this or we are not this. And I feel we bought into that lie so much.
Respect. But that's not so.
No.
Not
at all. Like we sit in. I said this in the last interview, but we're sitting in a coffee house. Mm-hmm. It's owned by a black man. Mm-hmm. And there's a candy store, a retro candy store right around the corner, an Apple store around the corner, a candy apple store around the corner, owned by black people. And we're known for doing a lot of great things. But the story is written out that we're not what we are. You know what I'm saying? We're educated, we're smart. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so I think the culture, to me, when I say that, ask me, what do you think when I say the culture? I want to see your take on it. It might be something you disagree with me what I just said right now. Mm-hmm. But I feel like the culture is, with everything going on, we're upset, we're pissed off about what's going on to our culture. Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's a awareness shift.
Yeah.
And I pray that, especially the youth, the ones that, because I was having conversations with younger cousins when I seen grow up, they were telling me stuff I never heard before. I was like, wow. So like, they are aware of a lot of things. I just pray that most of them find the avenue to channel it into the right direction. Mm-hmm. That's really how I feel. Because the youth, they know a lot of things.
They have access to a lot of stuff. Oh, that's another thing. What I found out is that you guys, they had a protest out here as a rally, and they walked down the street and all. And there's another group, and they were like, yo, we activists. Mm-hmm. We shutting this highway down. I was like, woo! I felt that, Joe. You know what I'm saying? Like, this girl wasn't playing. Yeah. But then she started breaking stuff down, and I was like, oh, she's not coming out here and thinking she's gonna she was very organized and she knew what she wanted to do. Mm-hmm. She shut down 66 twice that day, caused traffic, and she said people were yelling and screaming and cussing at us, and they were like, y'all shouldn't do that because people are gonna be upset. She said, that's funny because George Floyd won't be able to. Sure. I was like, woo! Yeah. Like I had nothing else to say. I was like, yo, do your thing. Right. She had 1,000 people show up right into her protest, shut down 66 again. Mm-hmm. But I found out that the younger people, a lot of people say, oh, they don't know this, that, and third. I'm like, no. Y'all got it wrong.
Plus, they're there, but like, we're always on our phones.
Right.
So I'm always on Twitter. I'm always on Instagram. But like when I get news, I usually find out because I'm on Twitter.
Yeah, that. I agree.
Like,
and that's what I'd be
and
seeing.
and it's more real. It's not.
It's real.
It's not like censored.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you see the NSF, like not safe for work stuff on there that they're not going to show on the news.
Cause they be right there in the mix of
filming that. Exactly. So it's a total different take, and
right.
I think that's why a lot of the younger people, are angry because I know that it's been there, but we just haven't had like the access to it that we need.
Right.
But now that more of us are checking it and sharing it and this and that and commenting on it, that means that like we're starting to care more.
Right.
But I mean, at the end of the day, we have to just make sure that we stay on this same like temperature because we can't just be like, oh, like Black Lives Matter and then next year die like. Because it's happened.
Literally,
like 2012 was like when it first like real like got ignited and then it's kind of like died. You didn't really see it as you know as much people weren't as angry, but now that we're seeing it every day on our timelines, Black people getting harassed and Black people dying, we're literally getting killed by the police every single day.
Yeah, it's tough
you
to
know?
be watching it.
And now we see it,
desensitized to certain things like that. But,
yeah, it's really sad. It's sad to it. Like it's like, hey, you better wake up. And I feel like it's even doing this right here. I feel like it's our responsibility, my responsibility. I can't say it, but for me, I feel responsible of making sure that this younger generation has what they need. Like if I have to be the foundation so they can stand up, you know what I'm saying? You know, so they can stand up and stay, you know, run, you know, jump higher, run faster. Okay, I'll be that foundation. I'll be that person to be sure that these people are heard. You know what I'm saying? Like, the best feeling I had was to be able to get every politician out to this one next joint.
Yeah,
I got all of them to come out, and all of them to come out and listen. They were like, I can get them to say something. No, thank you. I need you to sit here. I need you to be extremely quiet. You know what I'm saying? I had a private meeting in here with them, in here, all of them, and they were like asking me all these questions. And I was like, well, we're going to do this. Just give me 5 minutes. I only need 2 minutes. I shut them all down. I said, nah. Even the police chief, nah, you need it. Like, I was serious. I didn't want no one. And we ended up, because there were some people who said they were militia, Prince William County militia wanted to show up. And so they were like, nah, it's best, you know, that you let him say something so they know that he's here. And they didn't show up. So grateful they didn't show up, but we let him talk with everyone else. I'm like, y'all just listen. And then we showed up, you know, the younger generation showed up. Being that I'm 35, I'm like, I'm still a millennial, but like, you know, that younger generation right now, it's our responsibility to be here for them. Music wise, all right. So we talked about. So you're dropping a visual for every track or every album, but more than just.
I try to shoot most of the body of work that I put up. I tend to.
So do you do this by yourself? Okay.
Okay.
Shout out to the cameraman.
Shout out to the cameraman. Y'all like close?
The center is like really, really great.
Yeah.
That's before we even built that foundation of even being videographer, artist, or because he produces well. So.
That's a powerhouse.
Yeah.
Do you make beats or anything like that?
Maybe one day. One day. I'll say one day.
One day.
But I would like to do that.
That's what's up. Okay, so you do, and I know you're he's behind the camera, guys. Just talk to me like Vlad right now. Be like, what's his name, Vlad? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Whatever that dude name is. I've never seen his face. All right, so you do beats and everything too?
Yeah.
And then you just picked up a camera like out of the
blue? It just, I always had an interest for real. I just picked it up.
That's funny because Jay's the same way.
Like one day I just.
No lie.
We just talked about that.
Yo, Jay makes beats And he just picked up the camera too, legit.
That's crazy.
Just out the blue.
Yeah.
Nah, man, that's how it be, man.
Yeah.
Universe knows.
I'm sorry, that's funny.
Nah, that's wild.
Alright, so he makes the beats, you do the music. Do you guys kind of, you know that guy Toby, Nagwame? You don't know what I'm talking about?
Toby Luke? You can be talking about
Starts with an N. Toby N.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, and
he got like from Houston?
Yeah.
From the South? I know exactly what you're talking about, yeah. I'm not gonna say, he does a lot of production for me, but I have other people over.
Okay, so you got your music out right now, you're doing a video for each thing, and then you might drop something before the end of the year.
I'm dropping before the year.
Yeah.
I'm dropping a joint project with one of my great friends, like named Fat Stacks, and we consider I'm a Capricorn, he's a Sagittarius. We just created this thing called Cafeterias, and we just put.
Oh, that's dope.
So, yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. Okay. And when you
and he genuinely produces the whole thing of that. I will say that.
Oh, he did that.
Yeah.
What's your name, man? Put it
Audio Heat.
Audio
He's a
Heat.
Sagittarius too, so it just makes even more sense. So
Wow, that's crazy. Oh, y'all got something going on. That was exclusive, guys. If y'all didn't know, right here.
So it'll be Cafeterias too. Yeah, we dropped one like last.
So you got two of them.
When did we drop it? I can't remember.
Yeah, it's like a yin and yang.
Yeah.
So now listen to that.
How many albums do you have out right now? You gotta look.
I can't remember. It's not. I'm not gonna act like it's like 20, but it's. Cause I let one go. I just let it charge it to the game. Just took it off. I'm gonna say 5, 6, 7, including the EPs maybe.
Yeah. Okay. And visuals for some of those, or
I took some off of the internet, but I had for my project entitled AUNZ, not AUNZ 2. I had pretty much a video for everything on there, but a lot of that was doing when we were utilizing like a specific camera. So just for particular reasons, when the quality got better, I just essentially kept those the better quality visuals versus the other ones that was. Because essentially to me, it was like practice. We were just working, but it's doing us, not really having. It was a blueprint because it was just consistent work, do it, and drop it. But it was really no intent behind it. It was just really just to press content. Really, forever.
Show wise, like talking about your shows, how many shows have you done?
I'm still working to get into that vibe where it's like an on show. But I will say I'm actually doing a virtual concert for Atlanta media brand. I forgot the name, but it will be on the 26th. Yeah, is that Saturday? Correct. Yeah, it'll be in 2 weeks. I'll be on a virtual show for them, and I'm also performing at a mixer down in Atlanta on October 29th. Yeah.
So both of them in Atlanta, or just one?
Well, I could have went there for the one in 2 weeks, but I chose to do just a virtual version. So there's a way we're gonna work out to make that happen. But the other one, yes, I'm going to October 29th.
Man, you gonna make some moves, man.
Yeah, trying. I'm not just trying. I'm just doing whatever I gotta do.
Do your thing, man.
Yeah.
Where do you see your music career in 7 years?
I definitely see myself being able to be. My goal is to be able to tour off of my music. So essentially tour, and I have family members that are really good at music, so I just want to be able to help them quarterback that. Cause I mean, I don't want to do it forever. I mean, I want to, just in a sense of the joy for it, but I want to be able to be a vessel to help some, just much like you. Maybe not on the bigger scale as you, because I know you reaching for the stars.
I'm reaching.
But like, I just want to be able to say. I feel I at least want to be able to, like, when I become an older OG, whatever, be able to say I looked out and help somebody make whatever they want for themselves happen. So I initially want to be that sacrificial lamb or whatever, just to help my cousins or my a homie I got that might want to do something or whatever, just any way I can. And I want to be actually by then making cartoons and stuff. That's cool. My first passion was drawing, and I just
did you draw your album cover?
I did.
Okay.
But which one?
The one with the
AUNZ 2, with the white. No, that was actually a friend, someone that was a mutual friend.
Your crew's tough.
Yeah.
That's like the group of friends. Our group is like that too. They everyone do something. Everybody needs something. That's what's up. But you want to do cartoons?
Even if it's like a YouTube series, something, I don't know.
This is the time to do that right now.
True. Respect. I mean, I got it in mind. I was actually thinking about it all week. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna, at the end of this, I'll show you, I'll tell you about an artist who does a cartoon for every time he drops an album, leading up to his album. So he does a cartoon leading up to his album, and it's explaining pretty much his album that's about to come out. Which is crazy to me because that means because most people don't do this. Like, I'm getting my album dropping next month on the 26th. That's all they say. But for him to put a cartoon together, just something to put in the back of your head. Yeah. Because it's so much stuff out here these days that you actually can probably make that happen a lot easier. Like back then, it's like it was probably difficult to do, but now these days, it's easier. You probably can talk on your phone and get a cartoon and walk across the table. You know what I'm saying? Like the way things are working right now. Yeah, just an idea. I mean, I thought it was a crazy, a good concept, and not only that, myself and my kids watched it. True. On Saturdays at 8 o'clock in the morning. So that was a very creative way to put that's creative marketing.
It is.
But now that you know you're drawing, that's an idea. Maybe that's something that you could think about.
It is.
But how long you been drawing? Like, so you must be nice. It must be nice to draw.
There are people that are better, but I'm alright with what I do. I cut it off. I will say, I was doing it most of my childhood, drawing anime, cartoons, and just trying to draw like rappers and people, figures, things of that nature. I went to art school, but I guess I cut it off around once I really tapped into music. So, but then I was like, I'm good, I'm done with that. But people are like, why would you do both? But I'm like, yeah. But I guess the older I get now, I'm like, that ain't true. I could do that.
Just an idea.
True, for sure. That's a great idea.
It's another outlet.
It is.
Right.
I mean, we're talking about legacy and make a legacy, like make something that lasts. That's anyway. You just got so much stuff. You got people around.
And I was inspired by like the boom backs and things of that nature.
Yeah. So, that's what's up. Well, I always tell this to everyone. Now, hopefully, I'm not putting you on the spot. You can't do this because the last time someone did this last time too. They didn't last. But a rapper's gonna rap or a singer's gonna sing. So you got a 16.
Oh man. I didn't know it was gonna happen.
You see, next time just come prepared with one.
I will.
You don't have it?
You don't got it.
I'm glad you're honest. I'm glad you're honest. The last artist I think he gave was like 5 or 4 bars. And he was like, that's all I got. That's all he got. That's all he got.
Anything I want rappers, it will be written right now. Or it will be done on release. So.
Okay. Alright, tell everybody where they can find you.
You can find me on Twitter, Instagram. That's AUNZ Music, AUNZ MUSIC. And YouTube, I want to say it's youtube.com. Actually, just go to YouTube, type AUNZ, you'll find me. That's literally the outlets I'm utilizing right now because I don't have a website anymore. I just let it go. Yeah.
Cool. So any merch, anything else?
Soon.
Merch?
Soon. Not yet.
Not yet.
Soon.
Cool.
Soon.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you coming out, doing this with us.
No, I'm grateful. Anybody that's willing to listen to me and just allow me on their platform, I'm always grateful for sure.
Yeah, you mad humble, bro. And you can tell you're a family dude too. Like legit. He might be single. You single? You know what I'm saying? Like he might be single. I don't know, got ladies.
I speak to someone.
Yeah. Hop in his DM.
Hop in his DM. You know what I'm saying? He's a good guy.